to Amazing Leadership. I'm Roy Gatling. Today's podcast is on SWOT Analysis. SWOT is an acronym for Strengths, Weaknesses, Opportunities, and Threats. It's a strategic planning methodology that was developed in the late 60s, early 70s at Stanford University. And it's fairly simple, really nothing magical about it. It helps you to organize your thoughts around those four categories. So let's see how we go about doing a SWOT analysis. Now, the first thing you need to do is determine what's the objective. What are you attempting to solve for? This could be an analysis of your company versus a competitor, or one of your products versus a competitor's product. It could be looking at your team or individuals even, and it could be even around processes. So once you've determined that, I recommend you get a group together, one that's fairly diverse in its knowledge around whatever it is you're trying to solve for. Get in a room and get your computer or the whiteboard or a piece of paper and create these quadrants. Again, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Here's an example that I put together, and just take a minute here, but during the recent U.S. presidential campaign, I was thinking about how each campaign might use SWOT analysis to assess each other. McCain versus Obama, Obama versus McCain, looking at strengths and weaknesses and the opportunities and threats. Anyway, let's get on to this example. So if you were looking at your companies or your products or your people's strengths, you might list a variety of things. It could be around technology, it could be around pricing or distribution, your team's capability. If you look at weaknesses, again, it could be just the opposite of that. And as you go through this, you begin to see that some of these are related. You've got internal and external factors. And so what you're trying to do is figure out how you can capitalize on your strengths, address some of those weaknesses, mitigate those threats, take advantage of the opportunities, try to link these. Now here's one thing that SWOT analysis didn't really address, is that it provided this framework for teams to get together and put these ideas together, and that's a great thing. But once you've done that, then what? I think you really need to prioritize, at least take a good look at those things that you think might be the so-called low-hanging fruit, and go and address those. Attempt to take advantage of those or shore up some weaknesses. And if you're doing this for your company or your product, then you want to do a similar thing for a key competitor or competitors, and maybe their products, and look at how you match up here. When I look at small businesses versus large businesses, some believe that their small size is a weakness. Well, I would rather be a little smaller and faster than bigger and slower any day, but that's me. So anyway, you can begin to compare these, prioritize, and then see about taking action. The team that was involved in putting this together might be the right ones to help drive that action throughout your company or a product team or what have you. Here's one other sheet that I put together with a series of companies on here that today their SWOT analysis might be a bit different than what they would have done just 2 years ago. If you look at Ford and Toyota, both in the auto industry, I think the way they'd look at their strengths and weaknesses, opportunities and threats today would be a bit different than they did, again, just 2 years ago. Two banks, J.P. Morgan Chase and Frost Bank. J.P. Morgan Chase was in a fairly good position, relatively speaking, during this financial situation that occurred. And they were able to acquire a couple of banks, so now they've grown their customer base and ultimately should come out of this stronger than they were before. Frost Bank is a regional bank, and they're attempting to utilize their proximity to their customers and the strength of their relationships to grow there and use that as an advantage, stating that, hey, we're local, we know you. And then you've got Whole Foods and Walmart. Now, I've got Walmart on here because I'm comparing those Walmart stores that sell groceries. So Whole Foods was one of the original stores that produced or provided organic products, and they're known as a bit of a premium brand, certainly premium pricing on some of their items. And Walmart is known for low price. So how would strengths and weaknesses and opportunities and threats play in there? Just something for you to think about. One last thing. You saw in my example a little bit different format than just the quadrants. I tend to use mind mapping software when I do that. Nothing magical about that either. But if you'd like to try that, I suggest going to mindmeister.com. I don't have any affiliation with them other than I use their product. And you can create, I think, 2 or 3 mind maps for free just by signing up. So if you want to, you have to give that a try. So go out, give SWOT analysis a try. If you haven't used it before, it can be a handy tool, a handy methodology. Again, nothing magical about it, but the key is to go and get the right thoughts down and then prioritize and ultimately then take some action. Thanks for listening. Well, by now many of you have heard that I'm on a quest to reach 1 million new and aspiring leaders around the world by September 2010. And that's absolutely true. What else is true is that I can't do it alone. And honestly, I'm having too much fun doing it with you. So why would I want to do it any other way? So if you would, pass along some of the information you found here. Let your coworkers, your friends, your family know about what we're doing at amazingleadership.com. Have them join the site, read the blogs, get involved in the forums, but participate. That's really key. Really getting this two-way dialogue going is what makes all of this work. Thanks so much.